Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Timmy Trent. I'm your link to the fire within and to God. Alright guys, I see you got a power. He gave you the power since the day you were born. You can change anything in your life anytime. That's your power. Alright? Doesn't matter what you do, whether you want to hurt yourself or somebody else, God not going to stop you because the consequence already set in. You already create everything with consequence in it, or reward in it. But it's your choice. Same thing you get in the car or any kind of instrument. It's your choice to use it for good or for bad. That's it. There's no if button about it. You can learn from your other friends, families, and people around you. You know, if they make bad choice and you make the bad choice, you will suffer the consequence. Right? And that's your power, right? You can blame anybody you want to. But at the end of the day, you the one who make that choice, right? You're the man of choice to hang around people that, the negative, think negative, bully other people, gossip about other people, right? That's your choice, right? Your choice is it. So whatever they do, you're going to do the same thing. That's the way it works. Instead, you create and build and multiply, like God say, enjoy your life, right? He built it for you. But if you follow mankind, that's what you do, right? You get into mad, upset, blame somebody else, trying to control things and trying to steal from other people. That's the way it works. Whether you like it or not, this is for 1,000 of years before Christ, right? Whether you like it or not, right? So there's the power within you. Now, when they say people that don't believe in God, they gotta believe in something, right? And if they live with God people, a lot of God people become lawmaker. When they become lawmaker, they realize, you know what? We can just like God. So what we do, we're gonna extract money from you. We're using the law to extract money from people that live in the system. Now the believer and the non-believer, they live in the same space, so they have to obey the same law, except the man law, right? But if you believe in God and obey God's law, you can surpass man law. But you won't do things to get punished by man law. A non-believer, they don't have to pay. They're gonna have paid by man law, right? It's because they cannot do whatever they wanted to do. And as a believer, you live in the same space, so you gotta obey by the same law that human make up. Right? Everything was made up by human, right? So you gotta obey by the same law because you live in the same space. Now you believe in God that you can surpass that law, right? Because if you believe in God, you do the right thing, you're not going to subject to man law. Man law is pretty much just there to extract your energies, your power, right? Because those people can become law, they become God themselves. So they're going to punish you for not obeying that law, right? So that's why it's hard for them to go into the kingdom of heaven, because they become God. They uphold the law, and they pass out all these laws and try to punish you. That's hard for them to become God because now they steal them from you, right? So everybody have to live under man law. But you live under God law, then you should support man law. That's the way it is. That's how you're able to coexist with non-believer, right? Because non-believer, whether they believe it or not of God, they gotta believe in something, right? And that's something, if it's not God, it's going to take from them, steal from them, make them pay. That's the way it works, whether you like it or not. And that's why they suffer, right? And non-believer, they suffer a lot, right? They suffer mentally, emotionally, and, money-wise, because they have all this money, but they still suffer, right? And they're not happiness. They don't have nothing to really, depend on, or they got to enjoy life, because they're always struggling, right? Whether they got a lot of money or not, they struggle because they don't believe in God, right? That's only one, two directions in everything in life, right? A lot of times, anywhere you go, a destination, but you pick an area somewhere because that's your destination you want to go to, like California. Right now in your head, right? You know there are many ways to go to California, right? But you're not there yet, so you don't see the landscape. but in your mind it's there, right? Same thing in heaven or hell. You know, you gotta believe in something, right? Because that way you can know what direction to go. So you believe in God, you know there's direction, there's something that He wanted you to do to come back to Him. Now you don't believe in God, what happened? There's no direction you go to hell. That's it, right? There's some place that really you unknown yourself, and it could be really bad. If you go to a place that unknown, let's say if you travel somewhere you unknown about that area and stuff like that, what happened? You could be end up in a bad place with bad people or bad, creatures, right? Because you're unknown, right? So if you believe in God and you do a thing God, then you go back to God, right? Same thing with, and everything in your life right now, you gotta see it first. And whether you go into the refrigerator or get a food that you want to eat, because you see that food already, you're able to go get it, right? You see it first, right? Then you go get it. If not there, then you go to the store and get it because you see that food, right? Everything you do, you see it first, right? And that's how it works. If you don't see it first, what happens? You get angry, get mad, upset, right? But at the end of the day, you gotta see it because you want something. You gotta see it, right? Same thing. Believe in God or don't believe in God. You see, don't believe in God, you see there's nothing there for you to go to. Right? Believe in God, you know there's somewhere you go to. So you do the right thing by God. Where you go back to God. Right? If you don't believe in God, what happened? You stumble, lost somewhere in the world. And what you end up blame, get mad, and trying to get other people, trying to punish other people. And that's what you do. That's how you win it. This is not something new. This is before Christ, right? This is still existence of mankind, right? So, if you don't obey God's law, you obey man's law. That's it. There's no other way. I mean, think about it. If you don't obey man's law, you obey God's law. If you don't obey God's law, you obey man's law. That's the way it is. Trying to go out and do whatever you want to do. Trying to speed or something. Trying to, hurt somebody. What happened? You get punished by man's law. Then you get fined by man's law. Right? You can't do whatever you want because if you don't believe in God, pretty much in yourself you say, I can do whatever I want to do. But living in a world with believer, you can't because they always set a law for you. Right? Because you whether you believe in God or not, you have to follow the man law, right? Now, if you believe in God, then you don't subject to man law. Doesn't mean you can't make a mistake and pay a ticket to something like that because you're human. You make a mistake, right? But you can avoid a lot of paying man law is because you follow God. When you follow God law, what happened? You're not subject to man law because you do things without getting punished by man law. But that's how it works. All right, guys. That's it. And nothing else. You can go confuse yourself trying to learn everything in the world, whatever it is. But it came to to what this is all about. You got only two options: believe in God or believe in man-made stuff. Right? If you want to live in a space, you can't do whatever you want because most people believe in God and think they can do whatever they want. They can't. He already remake everything. Everything have a reward or have punishment. Every action. Whether you like it or not, that's the way it is. The faster you learn, the better your life's gonna be. Alright guys, from God, Jesus Christ, from Thank You, Thank You Life. Bye bye.